Hi Scorpio, how are you? Welcome to your October 2017 reading. Thank you so much for being here. Happy birthday to all you October Scorpios out there too. Quick highlight for you in terms of astrology. I know there's always so much going on in the sky, but I've decided I kind of want to just do a quick highlight of something that's going to be occurring this month that you can really look forward to. And for you, Jupiter is entering your sign. And it has been in Libra for the past year or so, and in the house of your subconscious, right? So I think there's a lot of things that you've been working on over the past year, right? Little seeds that have been planted, little things that have been kind of in the works or in the making that really are going to come to fruition this year in ways that you probably can't even really begin to imagine. A Jupiter in the first house is a very exciting placement, right? It's an exciting transit for you. It gives you a strong sense of self. It gives you a strong sense of what it is you're capable of doing. And it gives you a strong sense of, really where you can ultimately go. Jupiter is a teacher, okay? It's a teacher like Saturn, but it's I would say it's more like a Socrates type of teacher as opposed to, that cruel nun professor that you had that used to, smack you with a ruler, the stereotypical thing, It's something that is meant to be celebrated and meant to be enjoyed. And I really hope, obviously it's not going to come into your sign and all of a sudden everything's going to be going great. But I think over time and over the course of the year, you'll hopefully start seeing things and seeing your true hidden potentials really coming out and coming to surface. So good year for you. Great way to start off this reading. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down and let's begin with the reading. Thanks. Hello Scorpio, how are you? Welcome to your, we got one popping out. We've got Justice coming out. Welcome to your October reading. Let's go ahead and get started since we got this one popping out, Justice. And actually, I don't have my phone in selfie mode, so hopefully I'm going to hold these up and you guys can see. Okay, so Justice is balance, all right? But really I think it's more about things coming to you or things coming to fruition or, it's about things being made right again. So I don't know if that's you and, you've done something wrong or if that's someone else and, it's a little bit of karma. It's a little bit of, kind of being at the mercy of the universe a little bit and kind of just letting things play as they may. Because the universe always kind of takes care of things, doesn't it? It always kind of, evens the score. Sometimes it's over time. It doesn't always happen right away. But it's we're in the month of Libra, and here we have the card of Libra coming out as well. And actually in the Libra reading I just did, I pulled out the sun. So we've got, a lot of the Libra influence. It's about finding balance, but sometimes in that process of finding balance, that process of, not only creating balance in our world, us with our partner, us in the various aspects of life, but also us within ourselves and like our desire for material things and our desire for emotional fulfillment and the whole spectrum. We've got the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine. So it really speaks to balance all around us. And sometimes that can seem like a little bit of an overwhelming task or a little bit of an overwhelming thing, but it's something that we must really look at. Now we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is the card of Sagittarius, but it could represent another fire sign, Leo or Aries, or someone that has a very magical spirit, okay? I really like a Knight of Wands, but if you are in a relationship, this can often be a difficult character to be dealing with, okay? Knight of Wands is so great because it's a very high-minded person, They can be very mobile. They love to travel. They love to go. They love to think. They love to talk. They love to get to know you, Make sure you can see the cards. Okay. They love to get to know you. And they love to make you feel really, really special. But the problem is they like to do that with everybody, And so if you're dealing with someone who's a little bit skittery or a little bit slippery, someone is difficult to kind of pin down, they have kind of a place in your reading this month. So whoever it is, could be someone that has a lot of goals and ambitions. And so if you're in an established connection or an established relationship, your partner really could be a little bit difficult to kind of get a hold of this month, you know. I wouldn't get too worked up about it if you guys are loyal and you love each other. You know, they're just busy, right? They actually are busy. Now, if you're interested in someone like this, you know, it's best for you to really just go with the flow and kind of see what happens, because, you know, a Knight of Wands can be a little bit of a player at times, you know, someone that really, like I said, they make you feel really special, but they also make other people feel special too. And I am speaking in terms of romance, okay? So if it doesn't apply to you romantically, you know, in terms of a coworker or a friend, if you want to go out and be social, this is someone great for you to go be social with. Like, it's kind of like the best friend you ever had, you know what I mean? Someone that's just like, yeah, let's go to that party, let's go have fun, let's go rock climbing, let's go rent a boat and go do something, you know? I know it's winter, probably not do the boat thing, but, and then the star. Okay, so the star is the magic, you know, and this is also the card of Aquarius as well. So we've got two air signs, air and fire. You know, air and fire, they ignite one another. And the star is about the hopes and the wishes, and it's about, you know, gaining things. It's about little miracles along the way, little things that we encounter that really allow us to fulfill our quote-unquote destiny, if you will. Now, do I think that, you know, you're going to feel entirely satisfied by this person or by whatever situation you're in? No, I don't. I think that the goal is finding balance, because there's not like, who's more different than a Knight of Wands to a Scorpio, you know what I mean? Fundamentally very different. The intensity levels are on whole different ends of the spectrum. The just like life seriousness in general. I'm not saying Scorpios can't have fun, of course they can, but I think you guys kind of know what I mean. And the star represents idealism. And it represents really high level expectations as well. And that could be expectations for you yourself, Scorpio. I know you're very hard on yourself, kind of like Virgo is. And you are hard on other people as well, like Virgo. I don't know why I'm kind of pulling that out, but you are kind of hard on people. And because you do expect people to be where they say they're going to be when they say they're going to be there. You do expect people to fulfill their duties, to fulfill what they say they're going to fulfill. So this balancing act could be made a little bit challenging. Okay, you've got Venus and you've got Saturn in the scales there. And when we talk about the Saturn side, this person could prove to be a little bit of a lesson for you. You know, it could prove to be a little bit of that, you know, that like, really having to dig deep and really look inside yourself and be like, okay, I can handle this, I can deal with this. You know, some of you may decide to move away, some of you may decide to kind of keep it going, and like I say, go with the flow. But it is going to prove to be, I think, a little bit more on that that Saturnian side. And the Venus here representing your values and those things that you deem important in this life. And maybe there's even questioning, okay, well, is this person really matching my values? Do they value the same thing that I do? Do they value the same things in life, you know, in all areas, money, career, love, emotional security, family, all types of things, you know? And if they don't, there could be some major considerations going on. And the Ten of Wands, which indicates a burden, right? Lord of oppression, a burden. Now, this person could be like very taxing. This relationship, this energy, this person you're dealing with. Again, another Saturn symbol here. So it's like it's very heavy, weighing very heavy on your shoulders. And maybe you're really at that that place of accepting who they are and accepting what they can give to you, and also being like really irritated that that's all they can do. Because I don't necessarily always see this person as bringing a lot to the table to a committed relationship or to a friendship or to a family relationship, right? There's a lot of self-servingness to a Knight of Wands. What's fun, what's good, what's interesting in this moment, what can I do? You know, I kind of see this person as a little bit of a collector of adventure, you know, and just kind of going, they're happy to be the guest star. So if you're in a committed relationship right now, and your partner could just be a little bit elusive during this month. Now, obviously, they don't necessarily have to be, you know, a fire sign, and they could have a lot more depth to them. I mean, everybody does, right? This is just like one of the archetypes, but it's kind of like the energy that they might be tapping into this month. A lot of times I see the Ten of Wands as being like, I'm the only one doing all the work, and a frustration around that. And it's like, I'm the only one that knows how to get it done. I'm the only one that's contributing. I'm the only one. There's a lot of weight on your shoulders, very specifically, you know. And the star in the center is actually a little bit confusing to me now that I kind of am having it triangulated, because it's like, where does that idealism really come into play? Well, this is the card of Aquarius. So when you think of Aquarius, you often think of, you know, it is a karmic sign. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Aquarius and Scorpio are the karmic signs, and they indicate like karmic backlog. And so when Aquarius creeps out, whether it's a person or just an energy in general, when Aquarius creeps out, Aquarius is, so let's talk about Scorpio for a second. So Scorpio is like the burden, right? So that would be indicated here by the Ten of Wands. It's like you're being burdened by something and feeling like you're constantly having to work to kind of dig yourself up, to dig yourself out. And that's one of the things that Scorpios are so proud of, right? Because life can be like a lot of sting to life. Let's go with the Scorpio analogy, okay? There's a lot of sting to life for Scorpio. So the Aquarius side of it is a little bit opposite though, because Aquarius is the 11th house, 11 out of 12 houses. So it's almost as though they've acquired all of this from house 1 all the way through to 11. They've done all the work, they've done everything. And then it's like there's that realization that everything they've worked for needs to be given up in order to return back home. And there's that essence of like you acquire something and then it is released and then it is given up. You know, and maybe some of you are like, oh, I worked so hard and now I'm contemplating giving up in order to attain balance in my life. Where's the balance between what they demand and what I'm giving, or what they're contributing and what I'm contributing, right? And there's that, okay, well, do I let it go? Do I release it? Or do I continue to work it through? Do I continue to see it as it needs to be, you know, to see it through to the end, to what I said I was going to do? Because a fixed sign, Scorpio, that's what you do, right? You do what you say you're going to do. Oh, this is a super tough reading. I was really excited to like deliver all these positive readings this month, especially for you with Jupiter coming in. I was like, oh, this is so great. This is tough though, you know? So maybe some of you guys are really just kind of like, dealing with that. And here's the Devil, another ruler of Saturn, right? Or a card ruled by Saturn. It's the Capricorn card. Saturn and also Mars. So when we talk about the Devil, you know, it does talk about the obligation and it does talk about the commitment. I think some of you are really committed to seeing something through, really committed to bearing the fruits of your labor and you know, ensuring that there's success in what it is that you've been doing, ensuring that the energy was not wasted. The Devil can be a little bit, I mean, it's a very cold, right? Saturn, it's like the coldest planet, you know, or one of the coldest. And it's that element of crystallization. Some of you may find yourself in a situation that you really, it's not that you don't like it. I feel that maybe you love this person very much, or you care about this person very much, or this situation, you know, and it's just like something is really not suiting you, and it has become a little bit of your, like the noose around your neck a little bit, and it's a little bit threatening. The situation has become threatening, and maybe you are kind of tapping into some of those. Again, I'm not stereotyping, guys, all right? I'm not saying that you're all like this, but the Scorpio negative side, which every sign has, you know, which is that little bit more jealous and possessive side, because here you have someone that's like, oh, let me go, I gotta do, and you're having a difficult time catching them. And in some ways, catching them could be a little bit of an agenda, like something that you desire, something that you want, a wish, the star, a wish, a hope. Okay? Did you know that before Aquarius was symbolized by the water bearer, it was symbolized by an angel? The angel coming in here, like blessing. You know, the water bearer, water representing the ether, it represents, you know, spirituality and consciousness coming down onto earth. And it's almost like a spiritual baptism. I said this in Libra too, they had something similar, a little bit of a baptism, a cleansing process. And whatever situation in which you find yourself, which is obviously intense, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 are major arcana. So now we have the Hierophant here. Okay? So, you know, it's obviously intense. It's obviously something that you're really determined to make it work. You're really determined to see your commitment through, and, you know, to work through whatever little frustrations that you have, and to move away from it, because I think there's something in your life that's not serving you in such a good way, in such a positive way, and I think you've identified it and you've recognized it, and now you're at that place. How do I move forward? How do I learn how to put, you know, it's almost as though you're going to put your wands down, your 10 of wands, you're going to put down your burden and say, okay, I need this to be reciprocated. I need my partner, I need this person that I'm interested to really give back to me. I need my life to, you know, to be as dedicated to me as I am to it or to them. It's almost as though there is a need for recognition for your efforts. And I don't see you demanding it though. Like, I don't see you putting your foot down, or, you know, I don't see you causing issues. Again, it's like actually the opposite with Justice. But it's rather a more passive and a much more quiet little, you know, rebellion of yours. That is, I'm going to demand things be fair, and I'm going to act accordingly, and I'm going to align my actions toward fairness. And if that means I need to withdraw, and if that means I need to put down my burden and say, okay, well, it's my turn to receive, it's my turn to get what I deserve. And not in a selfish way, guys. Like, no, it's like a very honest way, because this can be a very selfish person. And the thing is that often it's not consciously selfish, right? They're not a bad person. They just aren't thinking about it. And that's what makes it so annoying, right? It's just that they just aren't thinking about it. They don't consider that. That's what makes it the hardest part, is that it's just like, I just actually, weirdly enough, it was really late at night and I could not sleep. So I always pick like movies, and I picked a romantic comedy. What was it? The Breakup, which was Jennifer Aniston, Vince Vaughn movie. And like the whole reason they broke up is because it's like she just needed him to just care, just to care and to show that you care and to show that consideration. Because here you are being the one that does all the work, and they just kind of come in and reap the benefits of it without really understanding the intricacies and the attention and the purpose behind it, and the desire to make things good, and so I think that there's a very quiet demand going on here in order to maintain. This is all to maintain the commitment, or to maintain the situation, right? And so some of you, if you're single and you're not in a relationship, and this is someone that you might just be kind of interested in, or even just like people that you're dating, right? And you've kind of just had a little bit of bad luck with dating, perhaps. I only say that because of all the Saturn, okay? This is you kind of just throwing your hands up and being like, whatever. Whatever, I'm gonna start doing things for me, doing things that make me happy, going out with my girlfriends, going out with my buddies, and doing what I need to do to just kind of keep my life balanced. And death, another major arcana, and your card, the Scorpio card, and it's the Lord of the Great Transformers. So things are changing. You've changed. Everyone's changed this year. This is a common theme for everybody: the change, the transformation, the breakdown. And now I think what's happening, the reason why this card came out, let me actually make sure it's within the frame. You guys can see it a little bit. It's coming out because people are reaching the other side of the breakdown part. People are starting to believe in themselves a lot more. People are starting to not question themselves or their own personal motives so much. They are feeling very happy with who they are becoming. And the thing with being a person, being a human being, is we're constantly going through change. Every day the planets are in a new position. Every day our circumstances are different. New situations arise. We're different between the morning and the nighttime. You know what I mean? And so it is that embracing of the change, embracing of the constant stream of always having to adapt to becoming a new person, adapt to who your partner is becoming, adapt to their personality and their changes in desires and their changes in direction, and being open-minded to who they are and who they are becoming just as much as you are towards yourself. And, really recognizing that any dissatisfaction and any feelings of possessiveness or jealousy are from within, and it's because maybe they're exhibiting behavior that you don't allow yourself to do. You don't allow yourself to be, whatever. Like for me, I'm a super serious person, guys. If you ever met me, I have a level of intensity. I do have a significant Scorpio influence in my chart, and like if you were to sit down with me, a lot of people can't really take it that much because I only want to talk about the heavy stuff. I only want to talk about those like really deep, like who are you? Let's get into the psychology of who you are kind of thing. But when I meet someone that's like, oh, let's go have fun, let's go have a drink and let's do this, and like they're very like that, I do personally feel a little bit threatened by that, because it's like a character trait that I really inherently don't have. And that's just me. It's just one example. And sometimes our partners and the people that we're very interested in can make us feel inadequate or make us feel like we need to be something else or to be someone else in order to please them or to be the type of person that you think they should be. It's like all this like BS type of games, you know what I mean? But I think what's happening here is you're really coming to acceptance that, no, this is who I am. This is really like, I'm totally okay with it. And I'm really feeling super happy about it. And they should realize how lucky that they are to have someone in their life that really, truly, genuinely would go to the moon and back for them. And if they really don't see that, well, then I need to establish myself of self-respect and maintain my standards with the Hierophant here, maintain my personal covenant with my soul, you know, of why I'm really here on earth. And I'm really not here on earth to cater to someone else's whims. I'm here to do what I need to do, you know. And so there's kind of a little bit of separation, but it's not really, like I said, you're not putting your foot down, you're not closing any doors. It's just, I got to do my thing. Six of Pentacles. I often see Six of Pentacles as being about overly giving, okay, or unweighted giving, but sometimes it can represent the balance and being connected here with justice. Maybe there is going to be some form of balance, but really, really be careful and really be honest with yourself as to how much you're giving versus how much they're giving. Now, I'm not saying that love or relationships, friendships should in any way be transactional. Like, I'm only going to do this if you do this back for me. You know what I mean? But kind of. Like, you shouldn't, but yeah, kind of. Because how far do you take it? You know, how much do you give before it becomes a devil in your life, before it becomes a noose around your neck, before you're jumping over, you know, bending over backwards for someone that really doesn't know that you actually have a bad back. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Scorpios, because they're so loyal as a fixed sign, so loyal, and provide so much emotional security for their significant others. And you know, they really can be the driver in the relationship, because they've got places to go, you know, and it's not always just about the relationship, you know. And so I think when you find yourself in a situation where it is just about the connection, or it is just about trying to keep that person in your life, then that becomes very, very frustrating for you. And because you don't want a partner where you have to focus on keeping your partner. You want a partner where you focus on building a life together. And, you know, I always see Scorpio as like a power couple type of sign, right? They really like to be in a power couple. You've got your career, I've got mine. You've got your life, I've got mine. But I really want to come home and lay in your arms, you know, kind of thing. And the High Priestess, another major. Wow, guys. High Priestess is the essence of the intuition. And you knowing their motives. You being aware of who they are. You understand. Like, you understand. You get it. You know who they are. And you know what they're doing. So don't try to fool yourself, you know, don't do the rationalization and that type of thing. You know, don't do that to yourself. That's harmful, it's painful, and ultimately it never gets you what you want anyway. You know what I mean? So be in tune. You are the zodiac psychologist. I think I said that in the last reading. You know, you have this insane ability to just maneuver around people's antics and people's quote unquote bullshit. I apologize for the cursing, but you do. And you can really cut through that like a hot knife through butter. You know, it's like it's nothing. And so if this person's giving you bullshit, cut through it. Get through it, you know, like get to the reality of it. And you don't have to put up with it, especially if it's nonsense. Especially if it's nonsense, guys. You don't need to be burdened by it. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you believe. Stand up for your standards. And they know what you're capable of doing because you've already done it. You've already given so much. Okay. Now I am pulling out a few extra cards this month. I know last month I was feeling super tired, and but I am feeling much better. Another major arcana. Fortitude, strength. Okay, the card of Leo, another fixed sign, also ruled by the sun. You know, it's not power, you know, it's power and force, controlling the beast. And I often say that with the strength card because the beast is your physical world and this person is kind of a part of it, right? And you have more control over this particular circumstance, I think, than you've really kind of leaned into. You've lost a little bit of that, but it was only a temporary loss. Three of Swords. You know, I think some of you really are going to be moving away from someone in a romantic capacity because they just can't match you, right? They can't match your dedication and your desire to really make it work. And some of you have experienced another Saturn energy. Some of you have experienced a heartbreak, you know, because the way they treat you or because of the way they talk to you or, you know, whatever. They have mistreated you, and I think that there is healing within the relationship that needs to go through. Now, some of you, you know, again, if you're not in a relationship, this particular Three of Swords really could be something from the past, or this could be someone from the past that just is like still very present, you know, an ex or something like that. Again, if you're dating and you're kind of have multiple people, you're on Tinder, whatever, and you're, you know, this could represent multiple people. But I think before a relationship forms for you, you're going to need to deal with this Three of Swords. You're really going to need to allow that scar tissue to like really fully formulate before you can expect to have an open heart for someone new. Let's do one more card, see what else comes out. Just because I feel like it. And the Two of Pentacles, another indicator of balance. We got the 2, High Priestess, and obviously this isn't a number 2, but Justice is like that kind of left and right type of thing. Look. There's a fluctuation in things, right? And there's always the pendulum swinging. And the pendulum really is just, you know, the stars and the energies and the influence. And the Two of Pentacles is about how you handle it. How you handle it when Saturn is giving you a whole bunch of like nonsense to deal with. How do you handle it when someone is behaving this way? How do you handle it when you're feeling hurt and you're feeling betrayed and you are feeling a little bit out of control of a situation in your life and something that you really wanted to work and you are dedicated to make it working? You know, how are you handling it? Look, the Lord of Harmonious Change. And surrounding the 2 discs in this particular card is a snake. And a snake is a symbol of expression, symbol of communication. That's why, you know, Mercury, the symbol often has, you know, the pole with the 2 snakes kind of swirling around it, right? It's Mercury, it's talking, it's resolving things and being amicable to what the universe gives you. And even though this is not necessarily the best situation, your dedication to peace, your dedication to balance will make the extreme nature of this, or what could feel like an extreme situation, really not that bad. And here we even have the symbol of Jupiter in the corner here, and with Jupiter coming into your sign this month, it's like, you know what? This is small potatoes. I've got something so much bigger and a vision so much grander, and this person can come along if they want. I love them, I care about them, and they're totally welcome. But if they don't want to, then it's time for me to really just like start making plans without them, because I can't sit here. I can't be stagnant. I don't want to. I have places to go. I've got things to do. And you know, this taking your circumstances like a bull by the horns and really directing it, but allowing the bull to take you where it needs to go, right? The bull kind of being the universe a little bit. Okay, so I mean, a tough reading, but it really taps into the things that make Scorpio such a beautiful sign. The determination and the dedication and the loyalty and the love and the emotional security and emotional stability. And I really think that you're going to have an opportunity to shine this month how you react and how you respond to this situation. So I really wish you nothing but the best. Okay, guys? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next month. Bye.